Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Redeeming the Time encouragement of today. I want to encourage you to have joy in the midst of what you're doing. In my morning reading today, I was reading in First Chronicles 16, and it was talking about David and how he built in the city of David and how these he was building and doing these different things and he had men who had different roles, and within their different roles, one of the verses that stuck out to me is that within the work that the Lord had appointed to them through David, they did it with joy. And that really stuck out to me because oftentimes when we're doing what the Lord calls us to do, sometimes our heart is not in it. We're just doing it because we have to do it, or if we're working or doing having a job or doing something, we're like, oh, we're just getting a paycheck for this, and the joy it's missing from that. And I want to encourage you to not just work as you're working for men, but work as you're working for the Lord. And think what that looks like when one is working for the Lord. Wouldn't the Father delight in someone who's doing his work with joy? And it's amazing to think that we get to be a part of what the Lord is doing. And I've been convicted of this, of not just doing the work, but actually doing it with a joyful heart. And right now I'm home and I get to help my mom. Am I cleaning the home with a joyful heart? Am I taking care of the things that my mom wants me to do with a joyful heart? The other day, yesterday more specifically, my mom asked me to come downstairs and help her with her groceries. And in my heart, to bring up the groceries upstairs because we live in an apartment building and there's a lot of stairs. But in my heart, I felt I wanted to grumble and to complain. I'm like, why do I have to do it? I'm like, wait, Lord, I get to choose joy in this moment. Yes, I may be doing something. Yes, it feels inconvenient, but I get to stop what I'm doing and I get to joyfully serve my mom. And it isn't a natural heart attitude that I have, but it's something I have to draw on from the Lord and to be reminded I get to choose joy. And I think oftentimes we think joy is like just comes on us, like happiness, like a momentary thing, and it can. But often I feel like joy isn't something that we naturally like it is an emotion, but isn't something that we naturally feel all the time, but it's a choice. Like love, for example, love has its emotions and feelings, but love is a choice. Like we see how the Lord describes love in First Corinthians 13. It's someone who's choosing to be long suffering, to be patient, to endure, and to love at all times. And that is one who's choosing. And I believe oftentimes in us choosing love or choosing to be joyful, that's when joy actually comes rather than waiting for the Lord to give it to us, which He can do it. But I think oftentimes it's us stepping into that joy that the Lord already has provided. Then that's when that joy comes. And I want to encourage you to step into that joy that the Lord has already for you in Christ, in Him, and do what He has called you to do to the glory of Him. It doesn't mean the things that He has called you to do is easy or that there isn't a struggle. I believe we can take those things to the Lord in prayer. But I think it would be such a great testimony to those around us that we're not complaining, we're finding contentment in the Lord, and we're being joyful in Him and taking our complaints to Him. Not everyone has to hear our complaints. We can take it to the Lord in prayer. And that is the redeeming the time encouragement of today, to find joy amidst what the Lord is doing. Goodbye, friends. Have an amazing day.